The Constitution of India, Part 5, The Union, Chapter 2. Parliament, Powers, Privileges and Immunities of Parliament and its Members. Article 105, Powers, Privileges, etc., of the Houses of Parliament and of the members and committees thereof. Subclause 1. Subject to the provisions of this Constitution and to the rules and standing orders regulating the procedure of Parliament, there shall be freedom of speech in Parliament. Subclause 2. No member of Parliament shall be liable to any proceedings in any court in respect of anything said or any vote given by him in Parliament or any committee thereof, and no person shall be so liable in respect of the publication by or under the authority of either House of Parliament of any report, paper, votes or proceedings. Subclause 3. In other respects, the powers, privileges and immunities of each House of Parliament, and of the members and the committees of each House, shall be such as may from time to time be defined by Parliament by law, and, until so defined, one shall be those of that House and of its members and committees immediately before the coming into force of Section 15 of the Constitution, 44th Amendment, Act, 1978. Subclause 4. The provisions of clauses 1, 2, and 3, shall apply in relation to persons who by virtue of this Constitution have the right to speak in, and otherwise to take part in the proceedings of, a House of Parliament or any committee thereof as they apply in relation to members of Parliament. Article 106, Salaries and Allowances of Members. Members of either House of Parliament shall be entitled to receive such salaries and allowances as may from time to time be determined by Parliament by law and, until provision in that respect is so made, allowances at such rates and upon such conditions as were immediately before the commencement of this Constitution applicable in the case of members of the Constituent Assembly of the Dominion of India. Legislative Procedure. Article 107, Provisions as to Introduction and Passing of Bills. Subclause 1. Subject to the provisions of Articles 109 and 117 with respect to money bills and other financial bills, a bill may originate in either House of Parliament. Subclause 2. Subject to the provisions of Articles 108 and 109, a bill shall not be deemed to have been passed by the Houses of Parliament unless it has been agreed to by both Houses, either without amendment or with such amendments only as are agreed to by both Houses. Subclause 3. A bill pending in Parliament shall not lapse by reason of the prorogation of the Houses. Subclause 4. A bill pending in the Council of States which has not been passed by the House of the People shall not lapse on a dissolution of the House of the People. Subclause 5. A bill which is pending in the House of the People, or which having been passed by the House of the People is pending in the Council of States, shall, subject to the provisions of Article 108, lapse on a dissolution of the House of the People. Article 108, Joint sitting of both Houses in certain cases. Subclause 1. If after a bill has been passed by one House and transmitted to the other House, a. the bill is rejected by the other House, or, b. the Houses have finally disagreed as to the amendments to be made in the bill, or, c. more than 6 months elapse from the date of the reception of the bill by the other House without the bill being passed by it, the President may, unless the bill has elapsed by reason of a dissolution of the House of the People, notify to the Houses by message if they are sitting or by public notification if they are not sitting, his intention to summon them to meet in a joint sitting for the purpose of deliberating and voting on the bill, provided that nothing in this clause shall apply to a money bill. Subclause 2. In reckoning any such period of 6 months as is referred to in Clause 1. No account shall be taken of any period during which the House referred to in subclause c. of that clause is prorogued or adjourned for more than 4 consecutive days. Subclause 3. Where the President has under Clause 1, notified his intention of summoning the Houses to meet in a joint sitting, neither House shall proceed further with the bill, but the President may at any time after the date of his notification summon the Houses to meet in a joint sitting for the purpose specified in the notification and, if he does so, the Houses shall meet accordingly. Subclause 4. If at the joint sitting of the 2 Houses the bill, with such amendments, if any, as are agreed to in joint sitting, is passed by a majority of the total number of members of both Houses present and voting, it shall be deemed for the purposes of this Constitution to have been passed by both Houses, provided that at a joint sitting, a. if the bill, having been passed by one House, has not been passed by the other House with amendments and returned to the House in which it originated, no amendment shall be proposed to the bill other than such amendments, if any, as are made necessary by the delay in the passage of the bill. b. If the bill has been so passed and returned, only such amendments as aforesaid shall be proposed to the bill and such other amendments as are relevant to the matters with respect to which the Houses have not agreed, and the decision of the person presiding as to the amendments which are admissible under this clause shall be final. Subclause 5. A joint sitting may be held under this article and a bill pass thereat, notwithstanding that a dissolution of the House of the People has intervened since the President notified his intention to summon the Houses to meet therein. Article 109, Special Procedure in respect of money bills. Subclause 1. A money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. Subclause 2. After a money bill has been passed by the House of the People, it shall be transmitted to the Council of States for its recommendations, and the Council of States shall within a period of 14 days from the date of its receipt of the bill return the bill to the House of the People with its recommendations, and the House of the People may thereupon either accept or reject all or any of the recommendations of the Council of States. Subclause 3. If the House of the People accepts any of the recommendations of the Council of States, the money bill shall be deemed to have been passed by both Houses with the amendments recommended by the Council of States and accepted by the House of the People. Subclause 4. If the House of the People does not accept any of the recommendations of the Council of States, the money bill shall be deemed to have been passed by both Houses in the form in which it was passed by the House of the People without any of the amendments recommended by the Council of States. Subclause 5. If a money bill passed by the House of the People and transmitted to the Council of States for its recommendations is not returned to the House of the People within the said period of 14 days, it shall be deemed to have been passed by both Houses at the expiration of the said period in the form in which it was passed by the House of the People.